Good day everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on my 2025 bullet journal, and let's just jump right into it. So I got the Notebook Therapies Suki Le Soleil, and I might have said that wrong, who knows. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but I got this notebook when it first came out. I couldn't resist. It's just so beautiful. It's got gold edges and it's got a couple pages on the inside that honestly I probably won't fill in, but they're pretty and I like the aesthetic, so we'll see. Maybe I'll fill them in, maybe I won't. But for right now, I'm just going to skip over those and go ahead and get into my setup. Now, since it's got those pages in the front of it, I am not going to be doing a cover page for my 2025 setup. I'm just going to jump right in to my spreads. The first spread is going to be my future log, and I actually made my own calendars for this spread and I am really proud of them. I'm really happy with how they turned out, although I'm gonna have to make some tweaks and some changes because I cannot figure out how to get how I want these on the craft paper, sticker paper, through the Cricut, so I had to print them and cut them out myself. And also the calendars, even though my brush in Procreate is black, came out light gray for some reason, but it's not bad. I'm not gonna worry about it. And also, since I am starting the future log with February, I have to go print out July because I forgot that I was going to start with February, not January. But we're going to make it work. I'll come back and put July in once I have printed out the rest of them. I'm also thinking about maybe starting a sticker shop. Let me know if you'd like that, because I was going to put those in there and a couple other stickers that were going to be in my January spreads that are coming up. So let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and if so, I'll go ahead and get the ball rolling on that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and collage because I've been really into that and I want to keep going into this year with collage. And I'm using more of the Japanese book paper that I have because I really wanted that vibe in this, and we're gonna go and continue the celestial vibe that the journal is into my spreads for most of this setup because I just really like that vibe. I really couldn't get enough of it after doing December that way, so we're gonna keep going with it. And we're gonna go ahead and get the calendars laid out. I'm gonna do 3 calendars per spread, that way I have 4 whole pages dedicated to the future log. I was gonna do 2 and 2, but then it just didn't look even because then I'd flip it over and I had 1 page on one side that was just blank. So I went ahead and decided to go ahead and put a 3rd one in the center of the notebook, and I really don't mind that when I'm writing and the crease that it makes on the calendar. I honestly kind of like it. So we're going to do it that way instead of having an odd number of pages taken up and me having to figure out how I want to set up my spreads based on that. So instead of that, now I have an even number of pages taken up, and then I can start the next spreads on a fresh page layout, if that makes sense. Also, April was giving me a little trouble. I had to keep resetting it. I put it up too high the first time, and then I had to put it down and I got it crooked the second time, but you know, it's okay. It pulled up some of the paper, but once I got it down in the right position, you can't really notice. And I figured it would be good to show you guys that, you know, I too have trouble with my Bujo and I mess up and make mistakes, although you guys probably figured that out if you did watch my December, because I put in the front of that one my mess ups as well. But we all make mistakes and things happen, so it's okay. Just dust off, fix it if you can, and go on. And that's what we're doing. I decided to not, usually I cut down the center of my book if I have something in the middle page, but since this is one of the pages that has the threading, I decided not to do that because I did not want to cut the threading of my book. And since it's a thin piece of sticker paper, it's not going to bulk the first couple pages anyway. So we're gonna move on and finish my collaging. I decided to do a bottom collage. I wasn't going to in the beginning, but I thought the page looked a little top heavy, so I wanted to put something on the bottom. And since I don't put a lot in my future log, I figured it would be alright to have just a little bit of space for things like important events, birthdays, stuff like that, because most of the time I will put my doctor's appointments in that month, and I don't typically schedule things too far in advance, so the future log is just there just in case. And I thought I'd put a little bit of ASMR scissor cutting in here for you. If you can still hear it over my voice, I'll quiet down for a second so maybe you can. I don't know, I thought that would be satisfying to hear. But anyway, I'm going to finish the page off with a couple of little sparkles and stars and dots, and yeah, that is the first half of my future log. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing all over again for the second half. Now, since I don't have July, I just went ahead and put the other 2 months in and decided that I'll put July in once I have it, but I went ahead and finished this page. So I had it done, and all I had to do was stick July in once I got it printed off. I'm gonna go in with some more of the Japanese book pages and a bit more craft paper. I've got a piece of like almost transparent paper with some gold design on it of leaves I'm gonna stick in. And I'm also going to be using some washi tape from a pen pal that she sent me these samples right here. I'm going to be using this moth washi tape. I don't know where it's from, seeing as it's a pen pal one, but I thought it would go with the vibe since I had the moth in the February month and not on these others. I wanted a little bit of that on this second page as well. But we're going to go in, we're going to collage, and I'll come back to you once we're done with the second half of the future log. I did want to pop in right here because the same pen pal that sent me the washi tapes that I'm using sent me this really, really awesome stamp that I wanted to put in, and I love it. I love the overall vibe. I love the stamp. I'm really, really happy that she did that for me because that is so cool. I don't have a lot of stamps, and this is definitely one that I will be using quite a lot. I'll leave a little link in the description if I can find it. I know there is an Instagram link at least, so if you guys also want one, you can possibly get one. All right, and now that that's done, we're going to move on to the next spread, which is a page that I've not really done before, a word of the year spread, and then I'm going to do a goal spread. I have done a goal spread before, but I didn't really stick to it, so we're going to try and make it a bit minimal this time, and I'm only putting in 2 goal sections so I can maybe do those, and if I do those, I'll add some more to it later. But I really wanted to try and do a word of the year spread after Mochi did one, because I think it'll help me stay focused. I've been having a lot of trouble with my mental health this year, and I think that the word that I chose will kind of keep me on track. And I chose growth because I feel like I need to grow as a person. I'm also trying to grow my social medias. I'm trying to grow my YouTube. I'm trying to probably grow my sticker business if that ever comes to a head. So I think growth is going to be a really good year, or a really good word for 2025, and hopefully we'll see how it goes. But I am, of course, collaging again. I wanted the main focus pretty much to be the collage, and I actually have a sticker from Marigana Suli that I'm going to put in. I've got a big order from her because I've been waiting, and I finally had some extra money, and I used it to buy a buttload of her stickers because I've been waiting for so long. But there it is, it's in. I was a little nervous because like, oh, I don't know if I really want to put it in or not. I don't know if I want to peel the stickers off the sticker sheets, but you know, you just gotta do it. Use the stickers. It's what you bought them for, right? And now we're gonna stamp in the word growth, and that's pretty much it for that spread. And we're going to do the goal spread. I decided to do these little border frames and just keep it simple. I wanted to have goals in the middle, and then my 2 will be in those frames, and I'll have little boxes beside my goals, and once they're done, I'll check them in. And I'll leave a little bit of space, so just in case I actually do complete more than 2 this year, I'll have room to put them in the little frames. But as of right now, I'm only going to focus on those 2 main goals. And if you're familiar with me, you know that my handwriting skills aren't the greatest, so we're gonna go in and pencil out the word goals, and then I'll go in and actually ink it in, because my freehanding is just not great, and I like to make sure that it's going to be straight and it's the way that I want it. So yeah, I will leave it there, and once we are going to the next spread, I'll hop back in. Alright, now that we're going to move on to the next spread, this is also a spread that I've not done before, but I thought it would be really fun. And this one is actually inspired by Amanda in Bujo on Instagram. She did a really beautiful 2024 themes spread, and so I wanted to do that as well for 2025. So this spread is actually going to be extremely simple. There's not a lot going on because the main focus is going to be little mini boxes of my themes for the next 6 months. So we're going to do a small little collage on the top and a small title, and that'll be it for this spread. I won't be doing anything more until it's time for me to actually start putting in a little collage for the theme that I'd finished for the month. So this is going to be just a super simple couple pieces of paper, and yeah, and we'll hop back in again once we get to the next spread. Haha, just kidding. I'm actually gonna hop in right now because for some reason my camera would not focus, and I really wanted to show you my stamps that I've made. So yeah, here I am fumbling with this and getting it to focus, and here's my little stamp. I recently am using a Cricut with my community's maker club, and so I've been experimenting, and that's, you know, the only reason I'm able to make the stickers and stuff. But yeah, I figured you could watch me fumble with that. Alright, and now it's time for the final spread of my 2025 setup. And this spread is also one I've not done before, but I got the idea from Cozy Gem Studio on Instagram as well. She is one of my pen pals, and she did a pen pal tracker, and I was like, wow, I really do need that, because now that I have 4 pen pals, I need to keep track of everything that's going in and out, and who I've actually replied to and who I haven't quite yet. So I figured this would be a good way for me to do that. And yeah, I'm actually using some stuff from my pen pals as well. So the Moon Phase is from Kimberly, the Witch Hands is from Marion, and also the washi tape is from Marion. And I figured it would be fun to use some of the stuff that my pen pals have sent me in the actual pen pal tracker, to be able to incorporate things like that. And it gives me a memory of, oh, this came from her, and now I have that in my journal forever. We're also going to make a fake washi sample with the little gift tag. I thought it would be a fun little nod to pen paling in general, because, you know, we do swap stationery as well, and so I just wanted to include that in the tracker. And also, since I do have problems with memory, I really just thought this would be a good way for me to keep track, and hopefully I'll remember, you know, to actually fill out when I actually replied and when somebody sent me a reply as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my spreads, and since I don't really have anything else to say, I'm going to let it roll with some music, and I will see you for the flip through. Alright, and now it's everybody's favorite time, flip through time. If you guys watched this all the way to the end, thank you so much. And if you could put like a little star emoji in your comment, I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to like the video and maybe even subscribe if you haven't. I'm trying to get to 100. I think right now, at the time of this video, I'm at 99. So just one of you, honestly, and that's it. I'd have 100 subscribers. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you probably in a week or so with my January setup.